Keep going till you get reasonable doubt.
I could be up there all day.
Mr. Shore, we're waiting.
Yes, Your Honor. Why are we here? Certainly not because of evidence. There isn't any. Any witnesses see my client give her husband Viagra? Anybody see her put nitroglycerin into his wine? No. We're being asked to assume that evil. Well, why can't we impute the same sinister mentality to the deceased? Because people just don't take their own lives? We have over 1 million suicides across the globe every year. 1 million. Suicide is a much more common and therefore plausible thing than murder. So why are we here? Because Kelly Nolan had a blank expression on her face when the police arrived at the scene? She was in shock, for God's sake. Her husband had just died right before her eyes. Fingerprints on the wine glass? It was her house. She was having wine with her husband. Is it so inconceivable that she would touch his glass? And if she were guilty, don't you think she would have wiped the glass clean or washed it so the nitro wouldn't have been detected? Why are we here? Because her husband allegedly threatened to cut her out of his will 2 days before? According to Kelly, that never happened. The housekeeper says it did, but this is a witness who admittedly loathed my client, who admittedly concealed information from me so she could do more damage at trial. She has a bias, and the prosecution offered nobody to corroborate her. So why are we here? The coronary joke made to the boyfriend. Suspiciously coincidental, but that was something she said, not did. And she said it in jest. Let's remember, there is no suggestion that either the boyfriend or the housekeeper took this remark seriously for a second. If they did, why did they not contact the police? There is simply no evidence that would allow you to conclude beyond all reasonable doubt that Kelly Nolan killed her husband. So why are we here? But as long as we are, what about the police? They admittedly didn't investigate any other theory, including suicide. You heard Detective Richmond. They immediately focused on Kelly, and only Kelly, because she's the one they wanted to get. And I don't know about you, but I certainly find it curious that the prosecution, instead of reprising evidence in his closing argument, chose to focus on my client's testimonial demeanor. What the hell is that? He wants you to convict her of murder because she came off as cold in a witness chair. I saw cold too, but what I mainly observed was somebody who was rigidly unapologetic. Well, wrongly accused people tend to be that way. How warm would any of you be if you were falsely accused of murder, if you were made sport of by the media, if your privacy was violated and naked pictures of you were posted on the internet? People who are unrelentingly vilified tend to end up cold and hard. Kelly Nolan has emotionally shut down. She cannot feel, she cannot emote, and she cannot fake vulnerability for the purpose of appealing to a jury's sympathy. She's innocent, and she's not required to prove it.